dogs get cold. I mean, that's partly why they're such cuddle bugs. God, they've got to have clothes on all. This was the only thing I had that fit them. I mean, how cute does he look? So if you said, what's he doing? Is he waiting for you to give him a... No, he's not waiting for me to give him a... He's waiting to see what I'm going to do so he can do it first. Yay! If you said, what's better than that? Oh, I'm going to tell you. Him believing that doing that is leading to success. If you said, well, that's my idea. If you said, well, he doesn't know that. No, he doesn't know that. He thinks it's his idea. He thinks it's his idea. All right, hang on. Let me get on Facebook over here. Okay. Hi guys, we're back with the ever popular. Oh, yes, I get a lot of questions. How do we train our dog if he has clothes on? This is actually the only thing I'd find that fit him. Oh yeah, he's getting big. Yay! So he's already checking everything out. He's moving around. If you've done things to inhibit the dog, you know, if your whole dynamic is sit, stay, and then release the dog, there's no release. The dog is operating as close to free agency as possible. And if you said, what does that mean? It believes it's doing what it wants to do. That's what free agency is. So if you said, well, how can we? Well, you've got to trick them into believing that's what they want to do. This is where we're at. You know, it's not command it and point and snap our fingers and do all these things. And it's going to snap to and be a little soldier and obey. It's just not how their minds work. You know, he's very, very smart. He's very aware. And if you said, why these kind of what I call a hinky dog are very aware of their environment, ready to react to it. You know, remember I said he was the overreacting dog. So, you know, if you said, well, how can we use that to our benefit? Well, we can get it to overreact to us. If you said, well, kind of like a bullet, why don't we call it? And to the point nobody's ever seen that before. You know, that's what you're, you know, better be. I hope you saw that pit bull video I just posted, that big red female. If you said, what was that? Well, that thing was hinky. Yeah, that thing was scary hinky. I mean, some dogs like that, honestly, when the people tell me it died, it is a sense of relief because they're scary. You don't want these things doing anything. Yeah. So you're getting the traits as subtly as possible. I'm not trying to follow up with a head pat, thinking the thing wants that. So I've got my pager, and I think it's important for, hi Coral, how you do get the collar on, that you're not manhandling the dog to get the collar on. So this is where I'm operating. And I've got my thing on 0. So I'm just, it's an instantaneous response, but I'm saying it as an instruction for handlers to start it slightly before. If you said, well, people's reaction time isn't that good, I've noticed. Yeah, that's what I've noticed. So I'm saying to myself, my rule of thumb, I'm not looking at the dog. If this is something that has to be done all the time, it's going to be, it is going to have to be ritualistic behavior, but if you said, as quick as that didn't work at all. That made it run away. Oh, it ran away after I jumped on it. How cute is this dog? I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea. I like this little dog. And if you said, well, he doesn't like you, the hell he doesn't. He can't get enough of me. Oh, he just can't get enough of me. You know, he's going to be a good little dog, but you've got to be, you know, if you said, well, just, it's not, you know, if you said, well, people just have kids, they don't get them in school, educate them, yeah. In these third world countries or second world, it's honestly scary to me. Apparently the parents just don't want them and they just get rid of them. Or in China, they send them away to school. They never see the parents. It's very, whatever kind of government they have there. I've got to look that up. Whatever it is. And then there's the very rich Chinese women. They're called Tai Tais. If you said what they do, they seem to sort of, oh look, he gave me the shake off. Seem to sort of have like a Kim Kardashian sort of lifestyle, keeping up with the other Tai Tais. You know, with all these expensive purses and stuff. The husband, he doesn't ask any questions. The kids, they've been sent away to boarding school. They don't really even know the parents. And they like their friends better. You know, that's how dogs are. Yes, they like their friends better than me. You know, if you said, well, yay. If you said, what, if he's on the right line, he's shivering though, look at him, he's so cold. If you said, what can I do? I can make this blanket or move the towel, and I think he'll move on to the towel, maybe lay down. So let me see. I'm not looking at him at all. If you said, why is the towel? Oh, that's what all our towels look like after. I don't even remember who did all that. Oh, whoever it was. Okay. Yay. Yay. Oh, look at all his little legs. Oh, hi, Monique. This is our new gimmick. Dogs with pom-poms. Or I should put the little hood up. Oh, he won't mind. He probably won't mind. Oh, you gotta put your hat on. You know what I mean? These dogs are like babies. I understand why people like pit bulls, but you know, they don't really understand the breed, and oh my goodness. Oh, it is absolutely precious when you have the hat on. Oh, I love it when you wear your hat. Oh, it fell off. All right, let's try to jimmy it up. Oh, let's just try to jimmy it because it'd be much warmer. I know I say don't touch them. There are times you have to. If you said, when you put their clothes on, hello, how are you supposed to put their clothes on? Okay, so he's not going to keep the hat on. Yay. So if I'm at all correct, he's going to sit down. About laying down. If you said, what are you basing that on? The back end is laying down. And you're always looking at that. You're saying to yourself, if you said, well, they don't do that with horses. Oh, the hell they don't. The hell they don't. That's all they do is look at their legs. Their legs are a lot bigger, so they can look at them more. You know, which lead is the horse in. If you said, well, they don't lose if they're in the, yeah, they lose if they're in the wrong lead. You know, they said, well, what if the horse is cantering on the front end and trotting on the back? They don't, oh yeah, they notice that too. Looking for little tells. What's the dog going to do? And he's looking around. You know, that's telling me, hey, he may go over there. You said, what's that telling you? Yes, it's telling me he may go over there. Am I wrong? Funny. He's so funny. You know, they're not. You know, he did everything that I said. Wherever he looked, that's where he went. You know, he loves his costume. He even tried to take his clothes off. He's a little sweater ended up in tatters. Not really in tatters, but he stretched it out. It's like on Seinfeld where George stretched out. Oh, I can't remember what the guy's name was. It was Andrew McCarthy. Stretched out the neck of his sweater. Yay! So if you said, I said going over on the hips even better. Please tell me the temperature isn't plummeting. If you say another Arctic blast is coming, oh, that's it. That's it. I'm going back inside. I'm not coming back out. So I want to start him with picking up the dumbbells. We've got to have stuff we can do with them. If you're all this out of town, this, that, and the other, Carlos, you know, you're going to have to come back into town and be able to work on little drills and stuff with this dog, not come back, start coming in the house and hitting the chest when it's jumping on you and stuff. You know, that's, if you said, well, if a little child ran up to me after it when I was out of town and started pulling on my pants like I need him, I'd say, oh my God, I don't believe you. That's what I'd say, Carlos. I'd say, oh, Carlos, I don't believe you. Oh, you're the worst. Oh, you spoiled all the kids. You'll spoil this dog too if I let you. So I haven't shown him the dumbbells, but he's a very clever little dog. You know, it's been why people like pit bulls. They are versatile. He puts it right in my hand. Even though he's cold, he needs a double coat. We'll go find another. I think there's another coat. There's a bumblebee costume. We'll put that on tomorrow. So it's a very specific task, though. I'm not petting the dog. I'm not reaching for the dog, and I'm not telling it to do it. I am telling it to do it. I'm telling it to do it under the premise, if you're that fond of me, be into my hobby. You said that doesn't happen. Oh, yes, it does. All these girls around here, whatever hobby these guys are into, four-wheeler, mudding, hunting, they're into it too all of a sudden. He's into my hobby now. So I'm missing one dumbbell, but I can do it as a 2-action drill. Yay, so clever. So if you said, now what? I'm just going to be able to find your keys, everything, Carlos. Oh, there won't be any more lost keys. He'll be able to act as your butler. Oh, in fact, I will get him a little butler costume. Make sure I'm in the shot. Yeah, we'll get him a little butler costume. Sorry, that thing is in front of my lens. Okay, wait, there we go. Oh, yes, a little butler costume. So if you said, okay, well, so what can we do with that? This is what you have to understand, Carlos. You know, it is like the Army and all that. There's certain drills that you go through that you just, you know these drills, you're successful, and it leaves you with the sense of, I know exactly what to do. And that's, you know, that's, if you're saying, well, I just don't want it to do, I don't want it to jump, I don't want it to do all these things, I want to walk it and all this. You know, to me, Carlos, I wouldn't, this isn't the kind of dog I would take off walking around the neighborhood at this point. If you said why, just because of its overreacting, you don't have any control over the environment. And he's getting a lot better. He's getting a lot better. Yay. So now I'm kind of making it into a little drill. So if you said, well, now what? Like you're even saying that. You're like, I can't even believe he's doing it. You know, I'm saying, well, okay, so I can add a little bit of distance under the premise of, you know, if he's got to get it in my hand, if that was, then if it's far away, there's obviously, again, it's not rocket science. I'm not telling him to put the thing on the moon. So I just put a little bit farther away. And I'm saying to myself, okay, he's kind of standing arm's length away. Oh, he's so clever. And I'm filling in the, if you said, what are you filling in? What part are you filling in? You're saying that, but if you said, well, I'm filling in the part from here to here, the part that's missing is the dog taking the dumbbell from there. But I'm still bringing the dog to there. Not that that's even really that structured, but you see what I'm saying. I'm getting the dumbbell, but I'm continuing to bring the dog towards the handler. I'm not grabbing the dumbbell and then reaching to start petting him. Okay, so now I can put it a little farther away. I know I don't have shoes on or anything. Oh, hi, Carlos. Yeah, no, he's doing unbelievable. He's going to close all of it. Carlos is like, what? Yeah, I know, school uniforms, all of it. Carlos is like, oh my God. It's true. School uniform. These things get cold. I mean, that one video, oh, these 3 pit bulls huddled together. I said, where do these people live? Detroit? These things can tolerate very little cold. You have to have coats, clothes, all of it. Okay, so if you said, okay, well, now what, Kelly? If I lose my keys 2 feet away, I can get them myself. I say, all right, Carlos, calm down, calm down. I'm Start adding a little bit of distance, so the dog will travel away from the handler. And, if you're gone for 10 days or whatever, you need to come back. You need to have a little bucket, with these little things, and better bucket than this, but, where you're just getting that and doing something successful with the dog. I mean, if you were out of town with the kids, you didn't come back and start saying, all right, get away, kids, don't be happy to see me, and shoving them away from you. I mean, if the dog is jumping all over you, have to say, oh, I must reinforce it. But if you can get the platform and get all these things, this dog's going to be big, I think. Oh, I think he's going to be big. I already outgrew the small, and he's already into medium. By next week, he'll be into XL. All right, so I'm just going to do the same thing I did with that other little dog. And I'm just going to make this the cone. As soon as he drops it, my hand is gone. But now I'm just looking over there. Oh, you'll be able to get him to get yourself all of it. Whatever you need. Oh, at the little pool parties, all of it, Carlos. No more somebody having to go back in the house. Oh, he'll go and get everything. He'll be just like your butler. So I'm just looking over there. If you said, what's going to help him? That cone. Yay! Boy, he had a thought process right there. Yay! He started to come back, but he remembered. He didn't remember, Carlos. He didn't remember. Yay! You see, I could get him running around the cone. I'll find that one video. I taught my pit bull to run around. Yay! He ran around the cone. That was the title of the video. It's called I Taught My Pit Bull to Run Around a Cone. But that right there was very, very telling. When I said yay, he started to come back. But then he said to himself, I think she's talking about this. And he went and picked it up. That's what happened. Oh, yeah, that's what happened. All right, let me go get one more dumbbell because I need to do it as the 3. Oh, he's beyond the 2-object drill, Carlos. We've moved him into the 3-object drill. Yay! If I stay just traveling, there is good. I can get him running around the cone. All right, let me go find the other dumbbell. I don't know what happened to it. I think that's important. You've got your little thing. You're not just, if I went somewhere, like these people want to just come up with something. It's just like at work. If I said, well, your service revolver, they've run out of real guns, you're going to have to take this air gun. Hell no! Give me the real deal. You got to have the right stuff for the training. I mean, you do. You got to have all the props. If you said, well, what about if you tell people that are homeschooling their kid, they get a desk and they just go off the deep end, if they have to get a desk. I don't think they do. I think they go right out by a desk. If you said, well, I don't know, Staples or wherever. All right, hang on. Okay, so I couldn't find the other dumbbell, but I'm just compromising, and I'm using this hammer. This is an actual, real hammer. And if you said, and this is going to be a good example, though, if you said, why don't you want to always use different objects, and why are you funneling the dog towards, why are you funneling them towards identical objects? If you don't do that, then what's going to happen? They start developing a predilection for certain type of objects. And if you said doing drills with the same object, you're avoiding that. Yeah, you really are. Carlos is like, I don't know what you're talking about, lady. If you were a trainer, you would understand. But I can do it with this because you're kind of starting out. If you said, okay, well, whatever, I just came home from out of town, so what do you mean? I'm not petting the dog and rubbing on it and hugging on it and giving it love. Yeah, no, you're not doing any of those things. You're getting your little thing, your little bucket. If you said, well, he doesn't know what that is, that's all he knows. He sees it. He sees it. He says, I know what this is. Oh, so you put a little bit further, and then the bucket's going to act as my cone. I didn't. Yay. Oh, yay. You precious angel, he put it right in my hand. See, that already happened. So I'm not even looking at him. I'm looking right. When he looks at my eyes, he's going to see where I'm looking. Yay. Oh, yay. I immediately, and this is what kind of breed this dog, Carlos, I was all, yay. And then as soon as he dropped it, I was all, yay. Yay. So you see, I got him closer with the object, but my expression just totally, the second he dropped it, it was the level of disappointment. I think that chameleon is frozen up there. My God, it's probably dead. I think it's frozen on the wall. I swear to God, I don't know why it wouldn't be moving all this time. Hopefully it thaws out. It's awful. Yeah, there's a dead frog over there that froze and fell out of the tree. Oh, he's absolutely precious. Oh, he's doing unbelievable. All right, so just do it one more time. So I'm not having any reaction to the jumping on me. You do have to, though, say, go. And you can do it. Molly could do it, chase him away. You know, if Molly can chase him away, if she's guarding something and I can't. Okay. But you saw what happened if you said, well, if all three of the objects were the same, then yes, if all three of the objects are the same. If you said, well, how could you lose something? You said, I don't know. That's how I am. Okay. So I like to start out with, they didn't really know what I'm doing. Whatever I'm doing, there's a big build up. My job is not to tell him to do anything, it's just to keep looking that way. I think he's grabbing his own legs. Yay. I didn't break my... Yay. Oh, he's as smart as me. The foot thing is, he picks it up by the middle though. You see that. He's very. Now I'm immediately letting him. No, double dipping. Oh, this has already been redeemed. Training with your ears the whole time.
said, what can you do? And that's why I do like to have the platform. You can jockey the handler really fast. And if you sit out, I'm still not looking at him. If I move my handler. If you said, why didn't he only knew a 2-action drill. Or he only knew a 2-object drill. That's why he didn't go. If you said, well, that would happen if... That's what you have to say to yourself. If you're going to teach a dog to get one thing, and there would accidentally be a lesser than that, that would mean it would get nothing. So if you taught a dog to get 3 things, the chance of it going lesser and lesser and only being able to get 1, yeah, that would be better. People don't understand it, but that's what it was. Now he understands. Not really understands, but and that's why I tell people to do it like that. And then if you said what from that, I do think you should go to, I think in their mind, they should kind of think of it, if they said there's something there, there's there. It's there. Who cares how many times I went? If they said there's something there, it's there. Yay! Yay! You said, what's a predilection to objects? Oh, he's tremendously clever, though. Look at him go. If only I had my hammer. If you said, why is that easier? I did. I started to just bring it out, then I remembered the white. Yay! And he's so proud. Oh, he's so proud of himself. And if you said, well, how would you know? I think you would say, well, if it would still travel back down there to go around the cone or whatever, you'd know you still had extra momentum, that you hadn't, that wasn't the end. It's only going to get 3. It'll never be able to get more. You know, if you said, well, what do you mean if it traveled down there, then you could start doing 4. Yeah, he's going to probably travel down there. If he's not busy getting his own legs. Oh, he's a spider, don't you see? Oh, we gotta get his picture in this costume. There's a bumblebee somewhere, too. I remember I bought those costumes. They only wore them one day. They didn't like them. No, the legs, they didn't. Yeah, you can see what he just thinks it's a coat. Oh, he just thinks the legs are wrapping him in warmth. So I can reward the sit. He's going to pick things up. I mean, he's going to pick things up right there. There's no doubt. But you do. You want to... Oh, I'm looking to put his little chin on me. Oh, he's a little chinny chin. He's very smart, though. You know, you're getting him... Oh, no, you'll be able to put on, you know... Oh, little performances. Yay! So there's my traveling back. Yay! And you said, what's that? That's traveling away from the handler. You know, if you said, what have you got set up as a distance? I have done the recall at a distance. That's what I'm setting up at a distance. I'm not saying everything is a microcosm right by the handler. Now, if the dog's over there, you know, if you can't get it over to the handler, that's good. You already know that because Nala ran away. She was awful. And I think Charlie used to run away. That's why you had to get him trained. Oh, I do. I think I remember something about Charlie ran out the door or something one time. Oh, he ran out the door, ran down the street or something. They're awful. You know, when you look at these videos that I have in slow-mo, it's taken these dogs 4 or 5 seconds running at top speed to get really far away. You know, you said how far? Really far away. Going top speed, you know, 4 or 5 seconds. They're far away. You know, I mean, if you're trying to chase one, that's exhausting. You're not Usain Bolt or whatever this guy's name is. You're not able to add gas and all these things like these dogs are. So, hi, Dean. How's everything been going? Anyway, this is my new thing. I put them in costumes now. But you can see what I'm doing, and I'm using the pager to, the absence of the dog saying there's any kind of remote communication is crippling. Yeah, Dean and this guy was bullying me, trying to say, oh, you're bad because you use an e-collar. Okay, buddy. I can see why young dog trainers would be, now they're not going to have big balls like me, and
they're facing a prejudice that's probably never going to go away. It's so, the prejudice against electric collars is deeply entrenched. And if you said, what's the problem? The word electric.
That's the problem. You know, if they called your phone, it's an electric phone. Well, what do you mean? Well, you have to plug it into electricity to charge the battery. It's an electric phone. Electric collar wouldn't sound so awful, you know.
If you said, well, what do you mean? They're thinking more electric outlet. You know, that's what electric outlet is more than electric. You know, if it's an electric phone. All right, so.
I'm pushing him up there with the pager. You said, I'll give him the other one. So I get him to move in my direction. You know, and if you said, well, what about if he calls me? Bimmer! You know, I'm saying to myself, okay, this thing has way faster reaction time than me. Especially when I can barely move because of the cold.
So if you said, well, how are you bridging that gap? I'm bridging that gap because my voice, even in the form of the pager, has the ability to act instantaneously. And if you said it's not instantaneously, it's within 1/100th of a second, I'd say, okay, good. Because these things react within 1/10 of a second, so that's giving me a huge advantage. If you said, well, what about humans? Now they're slow. Yeah, no, they don't react real fast. Not that I've seen. I see a lot of people that stand there mesmerized, not moving. If you said, who are the owners of the dogs.
So I said, let me get into this platform. So I'm activating the pager in conjunction with my movement. All right, watch, he'll race me up there. No, he can't wait to race me up there. Even with his cumbersome costume.
Even with his cumbersome costume, he's able to get up there. Anyway, Dean, let me know what you think of the costumes. I got a bumblebee if this isn't working for you. It matches him, though. I mean, how cute is that? Of course, the legs can get lost. The bumblebee, I think, will be a little bit. I think the bumblebee has wings or something. I don't know, spiders have these kind of things coming out of their head. Yay. All right, so if you said, well, what about from there? How can you use the collar to communicate with the dog from there? Give me a technical, I can use a pager to push it to the platform. If you said, what do you mean? Physically drive it over there, but I have to step that way too, but.
He said, well, that's what that was. Yeah, that's what that was.
Yay. Yay.
All right, watch, I can spin him, and I think you want to do that. He spun back on his own. All right. He said, well, oh, that's going to help me. If he starts to come at me to jump, all right, watch. If he starts to come at me and to jump at me, he's absolutely perfect, though. He just stays up there absolutely perfect. So he's got his own little spin back now. But that's, you know, you're teaching it his footwork. If he gets off there, watch. I can, if you said now, well, so what can you, where can you expand on it? I can do it from farther and farther away. If you said why the signal is not contaminated by distance, I think this is what you need to say to yourself. You said, well, I like a lot of contaminated signals. I'd say, what? All right, watch. From there. So I spot him from all the way over there, and that is exactly why it is an uncontaminated signal. All right, watch. If he starts to come to me, I can spin him back over there. So if you said, say, you can make him come and you can make him go away. Yeah, I can make him come and I can make him go away. All right, watch. He's a nosy little dog, so he might come over here. All right, watch. So if you said, get him. I didn't give him a chance. Yay. All right, so if you said, get him to the other platform. He only needs to know where I'm going. Got him back up there. I just did my pager. Oh, he's ready, though. If you said race him to this other platform. Don't you worry, I'll be ready.
Even with this cumbersome costume, he's still able to beat me. That's what he's saying to himself. Even with my cumbersome costume, I can still beat this chick over there. All right, I got to run and get Parker out real quick, you guys, so hang on. But he's doing unbelievable, and bottom line, he's going to need clothing if it's at all chilly. All right, watch. Boomer! If he said all you did, and then I spun him back up there. If he said all you did was spin him back in your, yes, that's all I did was spin him back in my direction. If you said, well, it would be better if you said, Boomer, come on, boy, and encouraged him to, oh, please, rather than reflex this thing back at you. You know, if you have the ability to get something, and it's like riding a motorcycle, Dean. I want you to think of it this way. You're getting on this thing, you're not consciously, okay, now I'm pulling in the thing and clicking my foot down, getting it into the gear. You're going like this, you know. Dean's like, it's not like that at all. It is, you know, but you're doing it out of muscle memory. You're not, if you said, what about people that have never rode? Oh, no, they're not doing it out of muscle memory at all. People that have never ridden a motorcycle are not shifting the gears and doing all these things out of muscle memory. That's why they get in accidents. I swear to God, down here, Dean, when it gets to be bike week, these people see, oh, look at all these people on motorcycles. I want to get a motorcycle too. If you said, what happens? Maybe at least once a year, someone goes into a dealership, buys a bike, pulls out, and wrecks within a block of the dealership. You said, well, they're dead. He said, what was it? Too much bike for him? Shit, this is what I got. That's all I can figure. Shit, if you didn't make it any farther than that. Yay. So he's ready to go somewhere. He's not even jumping on me. He would need to race me somewhere. But I'm keeping him up there. So that plan didn't work. If you said, what is he saying to himself? Oh, don't take your eyes off that thing. Look, it ran off. My God, it took off. But he's not going to be the runaway type, Carlos. I mean, if anything, you're going to have to be careful that it's not too needy. You know, that you can't go anywhere or do anything without this thing. You know, holding you prisoner. This means. You got to continue to use the crate and stuff. Hi, Elsa. You're just getting thirsty on those salty little treats. Oh, look at all those legs. You know, the costume should really only have 2 legs on it, because then the dog's legs would be the other 4 legs, and it would have 8 legs. All right, so I just said get him on the platform. All right, let me run and get Parker out real quick, and then I'll probably be back later with the puppies. But that's where we're at, and I'm on the Dogtra. I'm on 0. If you said, well, yeah, that's what happens. If you said, what happened? Yeah, luckily these things are built like a tank. If you said, what about the batteries? Not so much. I'm to the point now, the batteries, you're just throw these freaking things out. It's ridiculous. They'll end up being disposable eventually. What if you said, what do you mean eventually? 15 minutes from now, if you said, well, who's manufacturing these? They call them the Chinese. They call them the People's Republic of China. That's who's manufacturing these things. They pop them up on Amazon for $15. Because do the Chinese know anything about dog training? Not that I can see. I know a lot about marketing and electronics, though. Anyway, guys, I'll be right back with Parker if you're there, Mandy. Oh, I'm freezing.
Okay, guys, Rebecca Parker. Let me get on Facebook here real quick. Yes, that's pretty much his predictable behavior. Hi, Mandy. We're back with O.M. Parker. All right, let me run in there. I gotta get my battery thing. Yeah, I left that sitting out. If you see, oh, he's shoving it into me. So you do nothing. Oh, I'm just gonna put that on your bed. Oh, I'm awful. It's not the iPad down. Okay. So, if you said, what do I have to do? Not to have any reaction. It is important to understand. Oh, hi, Mike. You know, it's important to say to yourself, okay, if I corrected all these behaviors and they're gone, if I corrected the jumping and the biting, what does the dog do? Uh-oh, he finna jack with Molly. Getting his hair up. He's getting all puffed up. He's over there cocking his legs. There's no pee coming out there. That's what you're saying to yourself. Okay, I corrected the jumping. So what was left? You know what I mean? What, did it just walk around? So you're saying, how permanent are the behaviors that I tell? So I like to follow the 1-2 buckle my shoe as far as getting the collar on with a dog like this. Especially, I'm making sure my collar is on by doing that. If you said here, oh, they hear it. There's only so many secrets you can keep. So I'm saying we got the 1-2 buckle. I'm not being entertained at all by this. If you said, well, we've laughed and laughed. Yay! Oh, hilarious. I hope you saw that. If you said, why was he running like that? He knew the platform he was pulling a crash. He was pulling a crash. I hope you saw that, Mike. He was trying to throw his legs up to figure out where the platform was because he couldn't see. All right, so I'm saying to myself, I want to get the collar. I'm moving my arms away from my body as much as possible. I think you have to. It's easy to do when it's cold. You're saying, this is me. This is me. And this is the fine print. Once my hands move away from my body, the body English, now that's the fine print. But I'm speaking with my core. Maybe people should do that, Mike. They don't even have to pretend. Oh, just act real cold and see if you can train the dog, you know? So, I think that's what people should do. Because if you're going to speak body English, you're speaking with your core. You're speaking with your core. You're not speaking with your hands and these hand signals. All I know is hand signals and who cares? My response is, oh, who cares? If you said that, well, then they hang up on me. They say, we don't like you. I could blame you. Who could blame you? So I'm saying the dog's got to default down. These are its permanent behaviors. It's going to follow the handler. Oh, he just tears my hand up. He's going to just tear my hand up. But I'm saying I want to get the collar on with this dog. If you said, what's the easiest way to get it on and be innocuous and all these things? With a dog like this, it is have a very long strap. 1, 2. Ah! Buckle my shoe. And then I'm gone. as I wipe the slime off my hand. I would have been able to do it fast. Oh, don't you dare. You know, and you do want to start adding the nick. If you said, where did we go wrong? You didn't come in. You've got to come in big gun with one like this. If you said, well, like the dog is going to pile drive you and cause injury. Oh, no, he's already done that to you. So, yeah. You're going to defend yourself. You said, what do you mean, form a shield? Yeah, form a shield. Shh. Around myself. Yes, around yourself. So he's got the behavior of going on the platform. He's got the default down. Oh, he's absolutely perfect. So if you said, what can you do from there? I can augment that with my pager. You said, when would you do? You would do that, Mandy, if there's someone else there. If you said, well, what if we want to have the people give them the treats? Oh, get the biggest biscuits you can find so he doesn't tear their hand up. So I pushed him back down with the pager. If you said, how could you do it better? I could do it better by having my hand in my pocket, honestly. Oh, he's a whippersnapper. If you said, no, I can augment it with my nick. Oh, he's a snapper. He's a snapper. So, what this dog needs, that was my nick. This dog, you may not have even felt it. What this dog needs is to be lighter on the leash. And if you said, what does that mean? The opposite of the way he is. He's not light on the leash at all. He's got an understanding he can tear the leash, that the leash is breakable. If you said, what do you mean? He just tears it out of our hands, he doesn't break. Well, in his mind, it's breaking. You know, it's breaking, so it's breakable. It has to not be breakable. Oh, it has to be made of steel. Well, he's making notes about you. See that, Mandy? Trying to give me little fake kisses. I think that's how you're kind of modeling the tail. Oh, if you have a ponytail. Oh, no, you can get a hat with a tail. All right, so what he needs to be is lighter on the leash. So let me grab a leash real quick. Then I have to go up there and see what Susan like. So